And welcome back to another episode of the Convoluted Podcast. It's your host, Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, and I'm here with Liz.
Hey!
And if your first time listening or watching, it's always free to follow or subscribe. And if you don't want to, it just helps us out. So, how have you been, Liz?
Been okay. I finally got it back and adjusted back to normal days, I guess.
Oh,
Back from nights to days.
normal days. You can be a normal person. I would love to
Yeah,
know
I
that
know,
feeling.
right? I know. We haven't had that for
Bruh.
years.
It's coming around the corner. I'm gonna be taking some time off, so but
Yeah,
soon.
exciting. Yeah, I'll officially be getting weekends soon. Every other weekend off.
Ooh, a weekender. Right.
Uh, every once in a while. I'm excited.
Hey, take it when you can. Mostly these days when employment is a scarcity and unpredictability, right? And
Hmm.
unpredictability. So you never know. You never know. I'm doing it right. That's why I'm taking some time off myself, just because we just don't know if and when someone's gonna leave or come and go, basically.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. You deserve some R and R,
Some normalcy of life.
a life.
A
Yes,
social life.
a social life. You do. You know what a social life is? What?
I know, right? Scary.
Emotional damage.
My name is Jeff.
Yeah, I am. I'm just looking forward to that. Just having some time, just to have some weekends and actually do things with people and hang out with people who actually have weekends off. Which nobody has usually my days off, and I'm like, yeah, it's great to have a day off in the middle of a weekday, but most places are like super slammed on Mondays. So like, how'd I get in? So I usually wind up getting it like on a Thursday before my shift starts at 12:30 or 12.
True. True. I joke a lot, but I for the last year and a half I've had weekends off, so that's my only like caveat that I've had. Luckily, working my shift. That I've been very fortunate that I've always had the Friday night off. But it's always exhausting too. So depending on how it is, mostly these last few weeks. If anyone's listened and heard me complain, it's just my sleeping schedule's been fucked. More so today, but yeah.
Yeah, because you're not feeling well.
Yeah, so if anyone's listening, my voice is a little bit different, a little bit. If you're watching this, I'm kind of a little bit more cozier than I normally am. We were originally we might have been planning to skip this episode this week, just because I didn't know how I was feeling. But we push for the grind for you guys. So it
Hmm.
might not be a long episode, but we want to put out content for you guys. And there's some fun and interesting. I say fun, but some very stupid stuff that happened in the world this past week.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be starting out in a little bit with an interesting, fun, goofy one, and then we'll get into some other shit. But yeah, I'm glad you'll be getting some normalcy. Maybe we'll be able to do some fun stuff outside of the podcast to kind of talk about
Hmm.
once you get your weekends off, and then go from there. But yeah, and I think that's really it. Anything else you want to report to the peoples that is not going to be on the bonus?
Not that I can think of.
Okay
Not
then,
that I can think
everyone.
of.
All right then. Before we get started, you can always support us by purchasing our merch because we always like it when you get something out of supporting us. There's ways to support us just by subscribing to us, and we still provide. I think almost every way you support us, you're getting something in return. And it's like some people support other content creators just by like donating some. And I do that too, but for me, I always felt that you deserve something in return, and that's why we provide you with some fun merch, clothing, some bonus episodes. So depending on how you want to support us, go to like if you want to purchase our merch, go to merch.tyrantdominus.com down in the description. And if you just want to just come hang out, just join us on our Discord. It's the free way just to come hang out, let us know. You can even pitch us like story ideas, like something that we might have
Hmm.
missed. It doesn't hurt to like, oh, that's fun, and we'll shout you out, things like that. Oh, and the
Don't forget us to give us a rating too.
yes, before that, this year we're gonna be going through, ratings. I believe it's both Amazon Amazon does it, so Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. Uh, those are the 4 places we're gonna be looking for 5-star ratings, and we'll be reading out those reviews and shouting out one every week once they start piling up a little bit. So yeah, give us a 5-star in all those platforms, and we will be reading them for you. Yeah, I think that's really it before we jump in. So,
I think
Liz,
so.
you wanted to start with this kind of goofy one.
Yeah, it's a license plate one.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, I gotta get it open. All right, these are the custom license plates the Oregon DMV denied in 2022. Sorry, no, you cannot put Blaze It, Sexes, Wine on your license plate.
Okay.
Uh,
Wait. Okay. Just reading those. I blaze it. That's kind of funny. Sexes. So it's SEK dash
hey,
Z. Wine. Come on. It's Oregon. It's like
we are
that's
known for our wine stuff.
continue.
Drive around Oregon and you might notice a fair number of custom license plates. Some feature a family name, a favorite sports team, an inside joke, or the name of a business. People can be pretty creative with the 6 characters, and although it seems like there's a custom license plate for everything, the Oregon Department of Motor Vehicle Services actually rejects several hundred requests every year.
Have you ever
And
thought about getting a custom license plate?
yeah, I did at one time when I was starting out my driving, got my first car. But nope. They have I heard what happened to the last one, and I was like, maybe not.
To the
Just
last
because I
one.
didn't want. Yeah, I was gonna be like California girl or something like that, or
Oh, like
CA girl,
Cali girl or something like that.
something like that. And then currently the girl got crashed accident. I was like, maybe not.
You don't want that karma to
Yeah, I
flow
don't want
over.
that. Yeah, I don't want that.
Bruh.
But honestly, you think about it. If I ever wanted to commit a crime, then people would recognize it automatically.
True. Like I would want my username for it, but I would need 2 cars because it wouldn't fit. So one would be Tyrant, the other would be Dom. All right,
Need to
continue.
buy that second car, Jesus.
True. True. All right, continue.
2022, 288 vanity license plates never make it onto bumpers for several reasons. The DMV has strict rules when it comes to what is allowed on license plates. Anything considerable objectionable will be tossed out. According to the custom plate rules on the application, this includes anything that might be alarming, threatening, offending, or misleading. Some examples include words or phrases that refer to intimate body parts or sexual functions, refer in an offensive manner to a person or class of people. Suggest the vehicle with the issued custom plate is an official vehicle of public agency when it's not refer to illegal acts or refer to alcohol beverages or controlled substances. So that means 22 requests like buck you, bourbon, boob, booted, bruise, and easy kill are
Oh
examples of vanity plates that were denied.
god. Can I just get noob? Is it too close to boob? Like
Probably.
that's stupid. Like seriously? Okay, there's okay, I can understand some of the legitimacy. Yeah, you don't want a car being running around say easy to kill. Like okay, I get you. But there should be some semblance of like jokeability, right?
I think we should have some fun with it.
Okay,
I'm gonna skip the rest of the article because it kind of just because they Google it and they want to make sure it's family friendly, so no kids are
that's
like,
fine. That's
nah.
fine. That's fine. I wonder. Okay, then shoot out three license plates that you might want to have for fun.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, that's stupid ads. All right. Uh, one and bitchin'.
Okay. Wait, how many characters should we get? 6?
See, we get 6.
Oh my god,
So
that's not that. Damn, that's harder than I thought. You don't have to use all
ass
6, right?
itch, ass itch,
Ass itch.
AZZICH. Ass-ish.
I don't think they'll even have they will let you have as. Um,
Let's see, what's the other ones? You pig?
can I just have the one?
Pig? Hentai?
That's funny. Funny.
It's with the one instead of an I, but you got the gist of it.
Hey, that's how you do it. That's how you get away with it. That's how you Google search it.
Cough? Is that been a wrong one? Your
Everyone,
mom's? The hoe? Cockbox? A butt? Snip nip?
these are some of the ones that people have tried to apply and have been declined. There's some funny ones in there, but nothing too
Porn
grand.
star, sexy 69 without the E, double S.
Oh, the 69, yeah. Can I get 420 in there somehow? Can I get no
I
scope?
haven't seen a 420 on here yet, so I don't think it was even tried.
All right, let's get
Hold
into.
on, Bob 420.
There it is. All right, let's get into some of these other stories. Jump in. One of the crazier stories happened. So, did you hear about this? The youngest shooting recently.
The 6-year-old?
Yeah. So, a 6-year-old is in custody after shooting teacher in Virginia. Police chief says. Can you believe that?
Still stunned. I can't get over the fact. I actually saw a couple of small mini stories about it, and they said about it in school. His mother gave it to him. I heard so many different versions of it, so
All
I'm not
right.
quite sure what the actual truth is anymore.
So let's jump into the story a little bit here. So a 6-year-old was taken to police custody after he shot a teacher at the Richneck
Nick.
Elementary School in Newport News. Wait, Newport News, Virginia. Damn, that's
Okay.
a sucky name of a town. Newport News. The police chief, Steve Drew, said in the news conference, the individual is a 6-year-old student. Drew said, we have been in contact with the Commonwealth Authority and some other entities to help best, get services for this young man. Drew said that the female teacher was shot inside a classroom and added that this was not an accidental shooting. The police chief said that it was an altercation between the teacher and the student who had the firearm and that the single round was fired and no other students were involved. What kind of altercations do you have with the 6-year-old? Authorities and the Newport News Public School District did not identify the teacher or the student involved in the shooting. No, you can't showcase minors. But the teacher was identified by her alma mater, James alma mater. Amada? What's the motto with you?
Alma mater.
James Madison University. What stupid man? These ads, I hate it. I gotta get an ad
I'm
blocker.
not getting them. You are.
Oh, that's because I'm on a computer. You have it on your phone. There's a weird like ad blocking system on phones. Luckily, but anyway, the teacher was identified as James Madison University as Abby Zorner. All of the James Madison Universities are deeply saddened by the reported tragic shooting of JMU alumni Abby. Okay, whatever. The report to support those impacted by the incident now and in the weeks to come is listed as a first grade teacher in Richneck Elementary School's staff directory. The teacher is currently in stable condition, police say. In Saturday's statement, the Newport News Police Department said that the teacher has improved and was listed in stable condition, adding that the chief had met with her and her family. Chief Drew asked that you continue to keep her in your thoughts and prayers. That's all you can do these days. Police, okay. An investigation is ongoing. Well, get the investigation done. There's questions we'll want to ask and find out about. I want to know where the firing came from. What was the situation? How much more is there? Okay. impossible to wrap our minds around.
Yeah,
Newport
it is.
News Mayor Philip D. Jones said Saturday authorities were working to answer the questions that the community was grappling with since the shooting. I'm grappling with this as well.
I'm
Not
trying
a
to wrap
single
my
thought
mind
was
around
given
it.
this day.
It's almost impossible to wrap our minds around the fact that a 6-year-old first grader brought a loaded handgun to school, shot a teacher. However, exactly what our community is grappling with today is, the mayor said in a statement posted on Twitter. Authorities are working diligently to get an answer to the question we're all asking: how did this happen? We are all working to ensure that the child receives support and services he needs as we continue to process what takes place. Speaking during Friday's news conference, Newport News Public Schools Superintendent. I hate the name of the town, for God's sake.
Just call it NN.
And
Just
then,
call it NN.
okay, Superintendent Dr. George, where the heck did I skip? Dr. George Parker said he was saddened by the shooting and called for better gun safety measures from the community to keep firearms away from children. I'm shocked and disheartened, Parker said on Friday's news conference. We need to educate our children. We need to keep them safe. Like, okay, there's the thing. How old do you have to be to teach kids? How young should a child be when you need to teach them gun safety?
Years old.
Huh?
Years old.
How many years? I can't hear.
3.
3?
3.
Yeah, okay, you're right. 3. We need to start at 3 years old. No, you know what?
Well, because at 1 and 2 they don't quite understand it. By 3 they kind of get an idea. They're testing your limits too, because that's the 3 is kind of that age where they test your limits, your boundaries, the what ifs, the what
You're
knows.
right. You should hand 3-year-old Nerf guns and start there. Like, teach them. Nerf gun, shoot. Don't shoot other people. Actually,
Shoot at projectiles.
that's what we do. That's what we do. I have a bunch.
We have. I don't know. You have that nearby.
Yeah, I don't know if I have my Nerf gun nearby, but I play around with my Nerf gun, or knockoff Nerf guns, whatever you want. With my nephew who's like 2, and we shoot like little obstacles, but he shoots me and it hurts like a mother. But but I teach him like, hey, don't shoot other people, it's gonna hurt. Because then I shoot him from like halfway the string. He's like, no. Like, then I said, don't shoot me then. But yeah, it's interesting that we have to get to the point where we have to teach 3-year-olds gun safety. So anyway, let's continue. We need community support and continued support to guns are not available to the youth. That sounded like a broken record. Yeah, we all sound like a broken record. I'm not gonna lie.
Again, it's the same cycle, right?
Yep, it's like
Shooting happens. We are pissed off about it.
Yeah, we forget about it. We'll wait for the next shooting,
and then it just recycle again.
Yeah. So this is like our first. This is interesting. This is our first interesting school shooting of the year. There's probably been a few other school shootings, but this is the most interesting of the year so far. But yeah, okay. So there's more, just a few little things, but yeah. So what are your thoughts of just this incident overall? Just to begin, just the concept of a first grader going to school and shooting a teacher. Because throughout my
there has to be something that was going on in that classroom. Again, I feel like kids have avenues to, like, okay, the teacher, I don't like the teacher. Okay, let's try the counselor. Maybe the counselor can understand. Maybe they can assess the situation. Ooh, excuse me. Like, or go to the principal, or you know what I mean? Like, this should have been like different avenues. Like,
So this is a teacher's fault. I see.
well, I don't know what the situation is, and maybe I don't know what the home life is either. So maybe the teacher should have said something a lot earlier, spoken up about it, and maybe it was kind of like pressed into the kid's hands and said, "Oh, you don't like your teacher, do this. Maybe it'll scare her." I don't know. I'm coming from all different angles because I feel like that's the angle we need to come at because we don't know the whole story. I was told that he was brought the loaded gun. It was given to it by his mother.
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't
let me see if I can find because
date on it.
this article was like the earliest one. It came out a week ago now. So it's like a week. Let me see if there's a closer story like this update. But yeah, continue with your thoughts.
I really think that we need yeah, I don't know what the whole story is, but honestly, there were so many different avenues that could have happened before it got to that point. I don't care from what if it was the kid or if it was the teacher. There was different ways of handling that situation. I'm sorry, it sucks that he bought the gun. I don't know. A kid would bring a full loaded gun in. I just crazy on so many.
All right, so this is the closest like it's been updated just an hour ago from this recording. So, let's see here. Rich Neck Elementary remains closed 2 weeks after the 6-year-old alleged shooting his teacher. So it's been already 2 weeks since the shooting. And it's been closed. So 2 whole weeks of the school schedule has been shut down. The Virginia school was where the first grader allegedly shot and critically injured his teacher. January 6th will remain closed and through January 20th, so another 5 days. So the rest of this week. The teacher, Abby, 25, wow, she's really young. That sucks.
Mm.
Damn. Has been praised for her heroic actions keeping her students safe after being shot. Zerner was shot through the hand. Ooh, okay, so we're getting a little bit more
Ouch!
detail.
Ouch! Oh, she's not gonna be. I don't know. Hopefully, it missed all the bones and ligaments. If not, she's gonna be like, like some hands, some fingers will be able to go down, some won't.
Bruh.
So she's gonna have to be careful what she does with her hand.
Okay, so let's see let's see. Now that there's a little bit more information, let's find out what happened. Zerner was shot through the hand. Newport News chief of the police, Stu Drew, told reporters Monday, but by the bullet that then hit her in the chest. Oh, so she's kind of like
So she was doing like something like this, or yeah, or something like
something
that.
like that, like that. Yeah, that's all you can really do. If you're even watching the video, you can kind of see where we were messing around. But for our audience, we were kind of like putting our hands in front of our chest. So if imagine you trying to block a bullet with your hand, it's not gonna work. But you can imagine. We
But it
continue.
would stop and slow down the bullet,
Not that
making it
much.
worse the problems. Worse
I
problems, yeah.
yeah.
You think about it.
I think I'd
If
rather
it,
get
if,
shot than get more injuries. You know. Think about it.
no, because if you get shot, it might be more deadly. It might be more fatal. So if this idea of physics.
Okay,
Once it,
guys. Okay, audience, people in the comments or people on the podcast, let us know. Would you take more damage with more body parts or just one and done? Let us know.
saying,
We'll go from
I'm all
there.
about physics, and I think about that kind of concept. You slow down the projectile of the bullet, you're not going to have as much of an impact into the chest.
True, but
Hopefully,
you
the
you
boobs got it.
okay. Liz has more like cushion, so she can. Okay, let's continue. Where to go? We continue to keep Miss what's her name? I'm just gonna keep her first
Warner
name.
Abbey.
Abby.
Abby.
Abby. We're just gonna call her Abby. We're gonna keep Abby in our thoughts and prayers. She is continuing to improve every day. Our thoughts are also with our students, family, staff. Stay strong. Police said last week that the boy who was taken into custody immediately after the shooting was under a temporary detention order and being evaluated at the hospital. The gun. Okay, here we go. The gun allegedly used in the shooting was legally purchased by the child's mother, who could face charges at the end of the investigation, according to Drew. The child brought it to school Friday in his backpack, and it remained unclear how the child accessed the weapon. Under Virginia law, it is a misdemeanor if an adult leaves a loaded, unsecured firearm in such a way it could endanger a child under the age of 14. The statute also says that it's unlawful for a person to unknowingly allow a child under the age of 12 to use a firearm. Under the age, a statute also allows an unlawful person. It's unlawful for a person to unknown. Okay, never mind. I've used a gun when I was under 12. But it was not unknowingly. I know they knew I was using
Okay.
it.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no.
You was a school
I was
shooter,
supervised. I was supervised using. I was shooting. I was shooting cans. So, so it was not
And
unknowing. It was knowingly. No. The Rich Neck shooting was the first of 2023 at the school, the U.S. school at a U.S. school. Oh, so it's the first shooting of the year. Look at that. We have a weird applause or shit.
I thought you were gonna mix that up.
I'm working on it, Liz. Man, make me do all the work, and all she does is show up and be pretty. You know, guys.
Remember, I'm just an object. You
You're
said it
right.
yourself. We'll go back
True.
on there so many of the episodes.
You're right. At least you acknowledge us, guys. All right.
I'm on a pedestal.
It'd be funny if I'll just make a little pedestal on the YouTube videos. Anyways, still the school shooting was by the suspect so young are relatively rare. According to the K through 12 shooting database, which tracks shooting in the United States going back to from 1970, there has been 3 other cases in which suspects as young as 6 in 2020, or in 2000, 2011, 2021. So there has been
Damn.
other young, but not. It's rare. It's a rare thing, which it should be. It should be rare that a 6-year-old should shoot someone at a school.
Yeah. I don't know how he got access to that shit.
But that's another thing. So we'll see. We'll see. That's a whole. We'll probably look into it later as investigation. But we kind of found out a little bit more. And it sounds like the teacher is getting a little bit better. But man, that is scary.
Mhm.
And I can only that kid's gonna be always known as the kid that shot their teacher.
Yeah, that family's gonna want to move to another county.
Or that's also if the mom doesn't end up in jail or something, and he just gets put
It's a
into.
misdemeanor. She'll probably have to pay a fine, maybe probation,
I don't know
not have
what
a
is
lot
it?
access to
Is
anymore.
it the CDC? No.
No. Oh,
Who's-
this NRA? No.
No. What's the acronym for CPA? Protection Agency?
Yeah,
It's
that's one of them. The CPS.
whichever. Those
Protective
acronyms. Stupid
Services.
acronyms. Too many acronyms in the world.
Bruh.
Maybe they'll get into this to see what happened because yeah, it is crazy to see that this is like this is the first of the U.S. shootings, and it's one of the rare ones. You know, one of those like weird ones we get, and look how we start 2023. All right, let's jump into. You had something similar to a child, right?
Yes, I did. I recently posted that one. Do you want me to go ahead and read that one about the?
Yeah, the child one. So we can stay with the children. The children are the future because they're just gonna shoot us all, hurt us.
All right, you guys, you ready? Farmer daycare employee arrested for biting toddler in Mississippi.
Oh, other way around, not the toddler, but someone hurting a child.
Okay, I thought your child. I thought you said child. What's the other one? I forgot. Sorry.
Former
We can read
daycare.
the
No,
other
no,
one
that's
later.
fine. No, that's fine. That still counts. The
A
children.
former a former daycare employee was arrested for allegedly biting a toddler in daycare at a daycare center in Laurel, Mississippi, in December. The Jones County Sheriff Department said they that they arrested Haley Rozek, 26, on Monday, and was reportedly been charged with felony child abuse, according to WDAM. The toddler's mother reportedly told Deputy Priscilla Pitts on December 7th that she had been taking her kids to the kids' company a few days prior on December 5th when she came home and she noticed some bark marks on his arm. Pitts reportedly told the mother to take some photos of your son's arm and send them to her, according to WDAM. According to WDAM, the mother reportedly determined that the marks were from an adult bite on December 6th. People magazine reported that JCSD spoke with the employees at the daycare center who that the Rozek had allegedly admitted to biting the child. Rozek allegedly told the daycare director she held the toddler, tried to calm him down, and blew on his arm. When he tried to pull away, she allegedly bit him.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, Rozek reportedly filed for unemployment after the daycare center fired her and claimed she was fired because she accidentally bit a child. The Laurel leader call reported, according to People. No further information has been released. Damn.
There's a
Yeah.
lot to the story, but I don't know. It's hard to kind of. How can you accidentally bite a child? You know, and
Mhm.
that's a weird one. That is a weird one.
Who does that? Like, really? What's wrong with you? I mean, playful bites. Yeah, totally. My daughter, eat this. Nom 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 nom. Like that.
like we used to do like raspberries on our,
Yeah,
but we like no biting. But
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
it's like
Who does that? A grown fucking adult. Probably not an adult
that's
mentally.
that's a weird one. So what was allegedly trying to happen originally? She was blowing or something.
Blowing on his arm. Why would you blow on his arm? Why don't you blow on his face to calm him down? Because I've done that before, where I've done that where I blow at Ursula's face, and she goes, "Wait a minute." because she was a kid at the time, a baby, and you distract them, and they're like, "Wait, what did that just happen? What did you just do?" You know,
Yeah, a toddler.
as
What's
if it's
what's
just
toddler age? 3, 4,
2 to 4
2 to
usually,
4. That's
roughly.
toddler. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. This is once again another weird incident. It happened last year, but it's still something relevant. Just crazy that
Yeah,
like
no kidding.
so yeah, for allegedly there must be like some more investigation happening. Unless she's suing the daycare for like getting her fired, but I don't think she would. If she would, I don't know. Yeah, that's a crazy one. That's a crazy one. I don't see her
Mhm.
I don't see her anymore anytime soon getting herself into uh basically just getting into this line of work anytime soon. I hope she doesn't because she might just be a kid biter.
That's some weird things.
Are you out of your mind?
It's a weirdie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Weird.
Okay, let's jump into okay, let's talk. We're gonna not talk about politics, but we're gonna be talking about a politician. We're gonna be watching a video. So give us a second, everyone.
When will we be reading?
We're not gonna be
Intelligencer?
reading. It's the one about the George Santos.
Single lie? Or who
We'll
is.
watch a video that kind of explains everything about him.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Just expose.
Let's go.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna be watching a segment of Philip DeFranco. Some places we get some of our news. So this is a segment of one of the politicians. Let's look up.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear?
Okay. That's funny. Discord just said it. Oh, your mic's not working.
That's so
You need to check
weird.
your settings.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's go for Republican George.
Tell me his opinion. And then we need to talk
Okay.
about Representative George Santos because I need everyone to understand how ridiculous and egregious this situation really is. And at this
Okay, so do you know anything about this senator?
No, I don't.
Okay, so
Like,
he is now my idol, so I can get into politics now. You'll see why.
six.
point, you've probably heard at least some of this story, but just, I'm not even gonna be able to get to everything, and I want you to buckle up. Right, so Santos is a newly elected congressman. He flipped a seat for Republicans in New York, helped them secure their narrow House majority. You know, this guy seemed like a godsend for the Republican Party. He's a bright young 34-year-old, the son of Brazilian immigrants, the grandson of Jewish Holocaust survivors, the first openly gay Republican to win a House seat as a non-incumbent. He's a self-made man who beat all the odds after being forced to leave one of New York's best private schools because his family couldn't afford it. He instead attends public college. He marches forward. He's still able to become a successful financier and investor working for some of the top firms in the world. And that ain't all. He has a big heart, soft spot for cute, fuzzy animals. His animal rescue charity saved more than 2,500 dogs and cats. Except as it turns out,
So, what are your thoughts of him so far?
Feel hype. It feels like it's getting hyped up.
all of that is total bullshit. Once again, doesn't even touch on all the lies. Right, so toward the end of December, before Santos was even sworn in, the New York Times published an absolute nuke of an investigation that indicated large chunks of his resume were just made up. Right, specifically, the Times reported that the leading financial firms, Citigroup and Goldman Sachs, where he claimed to have worked, had no record of his employment. Also, Baruch College, where he said he graduated in 2010, had no record of anyone with that name and birthday graduating that year.
Isn't that interesting? Did not work where he worked. Did not go to school where he said he went to school.
Same was true for records of his attendance at NYU, where he had allegedly done a stint, according to his biography on the National Republican Congressional Committee website. The Times also found almost no evidence that his animal rescue charity, Friends of Pets United, was a tax-exempt organization, and the IRS didn't have any records of a charity registered with that name. And beyond that, the outlet claimed that Santos hadn't listed any of the 13 properties he had bragged his family owned on his financial disclosures for his most recent campaign, as well as an earlier failed campaign. And reporters couldn't even find any evidence those properties existed. They also couldn't find any public assets belonging to Santos' self-described family firm, the DeVolder Organization, despite the fact that Santos said that the Capital Introduction Consulting Company managed $80 million in assets. And he also didn't provide any information about clients on financial disclosures as required by law. It also doesn't even touch on a bunch of other financial-related sketchiness, like where he got enough money to loan $700,000 to his own campaign when he reported earning $55,000 in 2020, as well as his employment at a company accused of operating a Ponzi scheme. Also, while something he technically didn't lie about, the Times brought up information that voters should probably know about their own congressman, or things like how Brazilian court records show that he was charged with fraud after confessing that he stole the checkbook of a man that his mom was caring for and made fraudulent purchases. Once again, there is so much more. I'll link down to the...
Okay, so we'll stop.
Yeah.
We'll just stop.
This is like this layer of onion. It just gets worse as you get further inward.
So yeah, what do you think of our Senator George Santos? Who sounded to be a very, very like positive story, like coming up from not really from nothing, but from
Poverty and Jesus, he played all the avenues just right. Oh, I'm a descendant of a Brazilian immigrants, and they were Jewish, yada yada, like and gay, like.
on top of being a Republican, on top of all that.
Yeah, is wow. This guy just like poof magically appear.
And he won.
I'm just gonna. I just dude a Ponzi scheme. If he was part of that shit, no wonder he came up with those great lines to becoming a Republican. Man, I wonder what he's trying to do in the White House.
So at this point, we should just start lying on all our resumes. It's like it's a way to get through anything now. Like I think I should just like get into politics, just say X, Y, and Z, and then like yeah, like get everything right. The only thing I need is the capital, but there's way to lie your way around the capital too. And but
Ponzi scheme.
gotta run a Ponzi scheme, guys, before you get you don't want to get caught. But yeah, it's baffling how far he got because he won the seat. So now he's kind of being pressured at the moment from what I've been kind of reading in other articles and stuff like that to kind of step down. But would you really step down once you kind of got into that seat of power? Because people are gonna.
I don't think so, and I don't think anybody's gonna care at that point. The story's gonna wash up, and nobody's gonna care about it.
Exactly. It's
Some
gonna be
other drama thing is gonna come up, and it's gonna be focused on that. He's gonna get swept under the rug, and people are just gonna play along.
yeah. So yeah, I don't see anything really coming forward, but it's interesting to see how there's no real checks or balances for like basically people running to get checked. Like how you get a background check when you have to get hired somewhere. Like you don't need a real full background check when you're trying to run it for
I
AC.
know, right?
So I'm like, you know what? At this point, well, we were having that. Who's that? Oh my God, who was that guy running? We were talking about that. The anti-abortion guy who said he's never got an abortion, who hated his kid, who was a family man. Oh, who was whatever. There's another one right there where he was like,
from the South, man. It's from the South.
he was blatantly lying, and people were calling him out, but he was still going for it. So it's not too weird. It's just one of these like someone lied, got it, and is not gonna go anywhere anytime soon. So
I
more
know, right?
so more props to George Santos for getting to where he is. He did it. He did it. Like
With a lot of lies, just like
so
the government.
exactly. So let's give you a round of applause. Do I have a round of applause?
No, you did. I'll give it.
I'll give you a wow. I'll give you a wow. Oh yeah. Good on him. Good on him. So let's is there any other stories you want to talk about or do you want to just get into kind of the finale here?
Let's just get into the finale. I think it's a good leave off story to keep people pondering.
So yeah, let us know your thoughts. Would you lie in your application to make your way up into
The government
the
world.
government world? See here. So
What do
where's
you got for us? Where's your die? We
my
gotta
dice
get your
is right
die
here.
going.
Ooh, number 2.
Ooh, spicy. Or at least I hope it's spicy.
Oh. Ooh, I'll let you read this one. This seems interesting.
Ooh, okay. Oh, see, he's already saying this. That's good. It's good. All right.
Number 2 of the week, so yeah.
Am I the asshole for getting my daughter a hotel room entirely for herself after her stepsisters made her sleep on the floor? Mm.
Okay,
My dad,
initial thoughts. I don't think so. Initial thoughts, I
no.
don't think so. Okay, continue.
My dad passed away 2 weeks ago. Me, my wife, Candace, in quotes, and my daughter, 16, Shiloh, and also in quotes, and her stepsisters, 19 and 17, flew to my hometown to attend the funeral. After that, we got 2 hotel rooms, one for me and Candace, and one for the girls. Makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
You know, while I was in the room, I got a call from Shiloh at the 11 p.m. crying and sounded like she was arguing with her stepsisters. I asked what the matter was, and she said, she told me that her stepsisters insisted that she sleep on the floor. There were one large bed in the room, and they had enough space for all 3 girls to sleep on. Asked why, and she said she didn't know. I went to see what the issue was and talked with my stepdaughters about it. They kept but didn't really explain why they told her to sleep on the floor. They just shrugged and said, "It's better this way. We're more comfortable this way." I told Charlie to grab her things, and when one of my stepdaughters asked what we were going, I told her I was booking her a hotel room. Both looked upset and didn't say anything, but they must have called their mom because she was awake when I got back and started arguing with me about giving Charlie an entire hotel room to herself. I explained why I did it, but she said I wasted money and that Shiloh could have sucked it up for one night on the floor. I called her unreasonable for saying this, but told me I showed the girls I'm playing favorites and made my stepdaughter share a room while I gave my daughter an entire room to herself. We went home and Candace is still bringing it up, saying I mishandled this. Even it out how my stepdaughters are upset since they are not speaking to me. Okay, do you want me to continue with
Let me
that
see.
or
At the ETA at the moment. Is it? No, wait. What's ETA? Estimated
um?
time of arrival?
That's what I think. It's
Okay.
Candace who got a room for 3 girls as they to start any drama and save money. She wasn't just charged a hotel reservation since I am emotionally distressed.
So is the other mom who got the hotel room?
Yeah. So the wife.
Yeah.
Also, Candace did not expect Shiloh to sleep on the floor. She wanted all 3 girls to share the bed. ETA number 2, for those who are calling me an asshole for giving my daughter her name. Her mom did that and she's deceased, so please let's not focus on that. Also, I've known my stepdaughters since they were little. They're pretty much family, and Candace is, say HM. I'm not familiar with that one.
Wait, they're calling out her name?
I will give her full access to my money since this stuff is already discussed beforehand. It pretty much much everything was.
Okay. Wait. Okay, so there's a lot to this. I don't get people just calling her an asshole for just naming her child. That's pretty funny. So, I like the name Shiloh is not. I don't really care. I know there's a lot of connotations to that name in recent years, but let's stick to the main story of
Yeah.
this.
I don't think so. I mean, if your daughter's crying and your stepchildren can't give you a damn reason why they can't share a damn bed, that's messed up.
Mostly during a situation where you're kind of having to attend a very situational, a very
Emotional,
emotional
distressing.
thing where it's like, yeah, it's a funeral.
Emotional
So,
Your
damage.
parent, got to bury
so
them.
you have to kind of like, you got to handle all these things. So it's kind of like, okay, I just want to get this over with. I'll just get another room. Yeah, there. Here's
The fact that I mean, he literally tried. I mean, he tried to get an answer. He tried to get the idea what was going on, but they never gave a straightforward answer. So I don't know. I don't think he's an asshole for stepping up. I mean, she could have just told him, "Hey, just suck it up for the night. We're only here for another night."
something. It's something, right?
Yeah.
Um, or the only other thing I could kind of like probably, it wouldn't even be fair for the mom. Wait, no, is it the mom? Me, my wife, Candace. So the guy, it's a guy, the dad.
Hmm.
Okay, so because I keep thinking there's like two moms for some reason. So the dad in this situation, no, he couldn't. No, yeah, yeah, she's two. Because if it's a dad, he like normally I would have said it would have been fine if they just been in the same room, but no, that doesn't. No, that's not right.
I mean, if there was
Uh,
doubles, like two beds in the room, maybe one for her and one for the girls, that might have been a better situation instead of one full big bed. Because no, I don't know. I
no,
don't
they
know
still
the
would have
whole
been.
dynamic.
They still would have been fighting. You know that.
Yeah,
They would
but
have been.
again,
There still would have been fighting. I think there, no matter what, there would have been fighting. Um, it was just a no-win situation for them. Um, wait, now I want to reread something now that I have some more. For those. Oh, okay. So that's more of an asshole on the people calling him an asshole for naming his wife naming their daughter. Okay, so let's see some of the comments down here. What I'm going to getting from this is that your stepdaughter were trying to live up to the Disney depiction of stepdaughters and were shocked when they couldn't just bully her into getting what they want. What's extra gross is that they did it when coming back from Shiloh's grandparents' funeral. That's talk about cruel. You're definitely not
mhm,
the asshole, but also what the fuck's wrong with Candace if she sees this as playing favorites? Her daughters tried to make your sleep on the floor for fun. Sounds like an apple doesn't fall from the tree. How you pointed out, your daughter is also upset because of the situation and she's playing favorites. That's true. That's true. Thanks for the rewards. Yes, thank you. To underscore neon tangles. You did it. Yeah, that's a good statement.
mhm,
Worse, let's see here. So there's a comment under that comment. Worse, the stepsisters got what they wanted, but were upset that the person who they took advantage of was accommodated. So yeah, just because like, oh, we got what we wanted, but then like, oh no, they didn't win. It's exactly what
mhm,
they wanted. The bed to themselves. It's a win-win. They only got upset because the stepsister was not miserable with the outcome. So
mhm.
yeah, but yeah, basically they're more upset of just like they didn't get their win, stuff like that. Here's another comment by uh
Young.
Rion. You want to read that one?
Definitely not the asshole in this instance, since he didn't book the room, but WTA if doesn't address this now. What should have been act of goodwill by Candace in taking over room arrangements so he could handle grievance became a power move. The fact that she thinks Shiloh, the only one with a real bond to the recently deceased grandparent, should have sucked it up and slept on the floor is very telling. True. This is a hill to die on, OP. Don't trust her to make arrangements in the best interest of anyone going forward and have a serious sit down about how this whole thing was handled, including her favorite attitude towards the girls and the way she tried to darbo this to make it your fault. You do not want your child spending years being bullied. Oh, I can promise you those girls I learned it from someone. I'm betting was their bio dad. Make sure Shiloh knows she can come to you because bullies can choose to keep up going and keep getting better about hiding it. That is true.
Yes, the tactic of Darvel. Everyone, don't ever let that. let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's kind of for real for the most part. The situation, it seems like at the end of the day, they have to have a like these are all like almost adults at this point. The youngest being his daughter. At this point, they need to have the husband and wife have to have a real sit down conversation to see, like, actually like have a conversation like, hey, like, because if this is how they're acting at 19 and 17, and once they quote leave the household and enter the real world, I can only imagine how horrible these women were going to be.
Well, you know what happens to the stepdaughters after the stepsisters after Cinderella takes over.
Yes,
So,
their feet cut off.
that too.
Oh, wait, what were
That's the
you
darker side. I was talking the like cleaner side, but okay.
Oh no, I'm talking about the real story. I don't. Liz just lives in the Disney world. Like, no, I talk about the real stuff, the
Grim
real
stories.
grim stories. Like, I'm a real person. I don't sugarcoat shit. Liz loves just that shit. But no, yeah, he needs to have a real conversation, because if this is how their relationship is gonna be, imagine that moving forward when everyone's like adults and stuff during like holidays and stuff. Like, this was a very, very serious like point in time with something, and like if the wife couldn't understand this, like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, this has to be really brought up and stuff like that. But yeah. Okay, we're gonna call it there, everyone. Thank you again for listening. If you're listening to this or watching this, it's gonna be coming out came out on a Monday, so a day late, just because I'm still.
Happy MLK Day.
Is it like?
Tomorrow's MLK Day. That's why I
Oh,
made that
tomorrow,
initial
yeah, or
tomorrow.
the day. Oh, the release of this episode was on that, so it might just be. Oh, we should have talked something about that, but it just comes out on day just because I'm too sick to finish working on it. I'll have a little bit more energy to get it up and running. So this is gonna be a Monday episode instead of a Sunday episode, but we do appreciate it overall. I hope you liked it. Like I said, leave comments down below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're on any of the podcasting networks, leave us a 5-star and leave comments if you're watching this on Spotify or Anchor, and we'll be reading those along the way. We do read them. But yeah, we do. Liz, any final words?
Nope. Just be good. Be safe, people. Be the idiots of the world.
Don't be the idiots, and we don't have to talk about you.
Oh yeah, maybe we do want to talk about them.
Bruh.
All right, everyone. Thanks again for listening or watching. Until next time. See ya.
Bye.